Hey tribe, this is Joey up here. I noticed that you might have missed our final training for the QiMen Manifesting Framework yesterday night. So this is your 10-minute summary of what happened last night, and it was really exciting. We finished really late. There was a long Q&A, and so many of you guys had so many questions, and I would recommend that you watch the replay if you have already missed it. Okay, so now, Part 4, it's the co-creating destiny blueprint. So remember, part 1 was awakening, part 2 is about talking about celestial guidance and alignment, part 3 is about writing that perfect command, and then part 4, all leading to how you could co-create the destiny, your destiny, using manifesting protocols. Now, prior to that, I talked about the concept of the Rosetta Stone. So for some of you, you know that the Rosetta Stone was discovered in 1799 in Egypt, and prior to that, nobody understood what hieroglyphics are. They look at it, look like very nice icons, but don't know what they mean, until they discovered this stone called the Rosetta Stone, and on the Rosetta Stone, there were actually 3 different languages, 3 different scripts. One is Demotic, one is Ancient Greek, and because they understood those 2 languages, they could actually decode the hieroglyphics. And then suddenly, everybody now knows how to decode Egyptian hieroglyphs. So, symbolically, the Rosetta Stone actually represents a key to translation between worlds, the visible and the hidden, the known and the mysterious. And it turned mystery into understanding, bridging human intellect with divine symbols. And that is exactly how QiMen Dunjia is. It is a tool to access the universe's language, the universe language to transform our life. So with that, QiMen, there are certain sets of protocols which I shared in the training last night. And this whole set of protocols is designed to co-create destiny. I call this the blueprint of an extraordinary life. And generally, we want to create 3 things. 3 things, right? Everything that we ever want is boiled down to 3 things. Number 1, unshakable clarity. When you can see sharply, you could decide swiftly, you can turn any direction and ideas into million-dollar results. And without clarity, there's a lot of disruptions and problems and issues and challenges and recurring issues in our life until we get certain clarity and certainty in our life. That's number 1 we want to achieve. Number 2, spiritual wealth. Now, there is a difference between material wealth and spiritual wealth. Well, while everyone chases material wealth, which is great, but sometimes in order to achieve material wealth, one has to be spiritually wealthy as well. Staying grounded under chaos, become unbreakable under pressure, peaceful and powerfully magnetic. You see, if you have $1 million in terms of material wealth, but 0 in spiritual wealth, 1 million times 0 is 0. Conversely, if you have $1 million in spiritual wealth, but only $1 in material wealth, 1 million times 1 is 1 million. So one of the ways to increase your capacity and capabilities and wealth in life is to increase your spiritual wealth. And we discussed the way to achieve that through the 9 protocols. And I talked about the 3rd thing, which is achieving magnetic influence, how to radiate certainty, how to earn trust instantly, how to attract the right type of opportunities without chasing for them. And we have a quick recap on invisible chains that are holding you back. False identity, unquestioned beliefs that are holding you back. Emotional loyalty, staying small for the comfort of other people, the need for safety and control, and overthinking is one of the major things that's holding people back. They're always waiting for the perfect moment before they act, and therefore miss a lot of opportunities. The second is always self-doubt, second guessing when they're ever ready. They don't know whether they could learn something or do something, so they always doubt themselves, and as a result of that, they miss out on a lot of good opportunities in life. They miss out on grace. When grace happens to us all the time, the problem is we doubt ourselves so much that we don't say yes to the opportunities that come by. And comparison, measuring our worth by other people's timelines, guilt and regret, another big thing, or misaligned desires, chasing what looks right instead of what feels true, and most of all, disconnection from spirit. Those were the invisible chains. Now, then we move on to the main bulk of our entire training, which is the 9 protocols for QiMen manifesting. See, the idea is this. We have the QiMen manifesting framework, plus the 9 protocols equals getting whatever you want. It's a 2-part formula. We already have the framework, the manifesting framework. Do you remember the manifesting framework? From intent to alignment with the 4 realms, and then to issuing the perfect command, and then conquer means applying the right action, and then validate it through the science of the universe, right? That part, which you fill up in the manifesting calendar, right? What is missing is the protocol. So the bulk of the entire training yesterday was focused on the 9 protocols of QiMen Manifesting. And a protocol basically involves one of the stars activated by one of the constellations. It's always star plus constellations. So just the star alone is just the overall heavenly matters, the subject matter. Without the right constellation, that means the timing is not right. Constellation represents time. And in all systems of Chinese metaphysics, they always refer to the 28 constellations for date and time selection, because the constellations is the very component that activates or deactivates a certain energy or qi. So therefore, when we talk about the 9 protocols, it's a combination between a star and a constellation. So adding this component, one of the biggest questions we have from parts 1 to 3 was always, when should I do it? Is it the right time to do it? When's the best time to do it? Well, when you understand the framework of having the star together with the constellation, okay? So now there's a protocol for health, for deep restoration and system resets. Obviously, that talks about rebuilding your energy, rebuilding your healing system, activating your capacity to heal, right? Sustaining higher frequency for living, right? Fixing burnout, reclaiming self-care, rebuilding your energy cycles. Well, that's the deep restoration protocol or health protocols. And to do that, we have to look at timing where grain meets wood constellations, okay, and or moon constellations. Now, the details are in the replay. Please go and watch that. If you're a gold member, obviously it's still there for the next couple of days, so don't miss this out. It's super important, because on your own, when you're practicing, you need to select those times when you're doing manifesting. Otherwise, it's just a whole bunch of wishful thinking and law of attraction and all that. You can think for 6 months and nothing will happen, but if you choose the right date and time, when these components enter into your health palace in your QiMen destiny chart, a QiMen destiny chart, one of the 8 boxes, one of them is your health palace. Well, when this combination on the day or the hour arrives on that, you're going to get that energies activated, and all you have to do is issue the command. That's how it works, okay? So that's a protocol for health. There's also a protocol for emotions and relationships. We call that emotional alchemy, meaning attracting the right type of partner, right? Mastering emotional regulation and connection, right? Transmuting chaotic emotional volatility, attachments, or overreaction into coherence, confidence, and harmonious relationships. How to feel good again. How to balance attachment, how to protect your heart once again. So we do this by connecting the heart star together with water constellations, or specifically ox, stomach, bowl, carriage constellations. Well, that's how we do it. And this is, we call it the relationship protocols. And then we have the protocol for divine alliance, the support protocols. If you ever need support, right? Calling in guidance, allies, mentors, right? Collaborators, partners, right? You need this type of protocol. So how to end the lone wolf pattern, right? How to trust again, how to attract true allies. That was the divine alliance protocol. And then there's the protection protocol. This is the most important. Sometimes, not all the time, there's a minority of the people out there, sometimes they have negative intentions. Sometimes people do use psychic attack and energy attack, right? Unbeknownst to you, your energy is sucked away, your luck is sucked away by other people, and you're affected by these people. So you need to learn how to use QiMen for protection purposes. So we call this crisis aversion and power of protection protocols. You want to command total energetic sovereignty, shielding yourself from curses, dark forces, manipulation, or interference. So nothing external can distort your success path. okay? So that was the power of protection, spiritual protection protocols, all right? And then we talked about luck protocols. We call it the fortune catalyst. This is when the ambassador star meets the green dragon constellations. How do you enter the flow of divine timing once again? How do you activate your upward spiral? How do you activate synchronicity and breakthroughs once again? Being at the right place, right time, you know that thing, right? You know, when people are out of luck, there's always one bad thing after another, right? So how to reactivate this? That's the fortune catalyst luck protocols. And then there's the quantum vision, wisdom protocol. Human beings constantly makes the same mistakes over and over again. And if you have that problem, right? Same issues happening to you over and over again, and you don't know why because you didn't learn the lesson, right? You didn't know why you do the things you do, right? How do you achieve universal truths or understand universal truths where it's applicable in all scenarios in life? That's wisdom, right? To do this, we need the assistant star together with wood constellations to awaken that higher foresight and intuitive intelligence to see the unseen patterns and make decisions that create exponential results and move forward, right? So that's the quantum vision protocol in QiMen Manifesting. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, we have the wealth protocols. Wealth, windfalls, big moves. You want to expand your capacity to receive. You know, the problem is sometimes people can't receive because, you know, they're always in the mode of doing, just working hard. How do you hold on to, how do you multiply your wealth? How do you anchor stability and abundance? Well, there are certain protocols for it. And the way to do that, just to summarize for you, is the grass star together with Astrid, Orient, or Pleiades constellation. So we find these specific combinations, and then they would arrive at the wealth palace, for example, or the career palace, and then we initiate the manifesting framework at that particular time. That's how you get the outcome. So that's QiMen Manifesting, okay? And then we talk about visibility as a protocol as well, because, you know, some people throughout their entire life, nobody noticed them, right? Even the good things that they do, not appreciated, right? And, you know, the contributions, not recognized. So sometimes it's about being visible, right? You know, to magnetize recognition, influence, and get more opportunities, right? That's the protocol. That's a specific protocol for visibility as well. And then at the 9th protocol is the spirituality protocol, the karma breaker. You know, sometimes people have inherited negative patterns, karmic debts, and energetic imprints that keep them reliving old stories. That's the karmic issue. So there are certain protocols where it is used to break that karmic bond so that you could be released to pursue your goals. Okay, so that is the 9th protocol. And the 10th protocol, which is something outside of the 9 stars, is what we call the consecration and cleansing protocol. What is cleansing and consecration? Well, a lot of you guys experienced that already when we did the cleansing ritual, right? To find the right components to help you remove the negative energies. The other one is to consecrate an item or an object, like a necklace, for example, or in Feng Shui practitioners, they are lopan, they are tools. You want to infuse a tool with positive energy. You know the concept where you go to holy places or sacred places where you get holy water? Those are consecrated water with positive energy. So you could purify your energy field and infuse energy fields or items with good energy to help you when you need it. There is a certain protocol for that using QiMen. In Chinese, we call that Hoi Gong, or blessing of an item. So those were the 10 specific protocols that was introduced last night. And we also made a very important announcement. As I've said since part 1, there will be an announcement for an entirely new training program. And the new training program is the QiMen Manifesting Academy. Yesterday night was also the inaugural launch of this new training called the QiMen Manifesting Academy, which is centered on these 10 protocols. And this new training program will be released sometime after Chinese New Year next year. And because it's an online program, if you're enrolling now, you also get lifetime access to it. And it centers around the main 9 protocols of QiMen Manifesting, as I told you about, with a lot of details, and also guided manifesting. If you enjoyed the cleansing manifesting, and you enjoyed the guided tutorials of how you can go through that yourself. So together with using the QiMen Manifesting framework, adding the guided voice guide for the 9 protocols, you will be able to achieve your manifesting goals in a much easier way. It's kind of like already a done for you sort of exercise, but at the same time, you're also learning how to do this, okay? So this new online training was launched yesterday. You guys can also enroll for this right here by clicking on this links that is provided in this email. It is the keys to the kingdom, your mindscape, your connection to everything else, everything that you ever wanted with structured format. How to actually achieve that QiMen manifesting for that 10 specific topics is all inside this training, okay? Think of what this unlocks. How much is it for you when you're finally going to achieve your relationship goals or your financial goals or your career goals? How much is this worth to you? You think about that, but that's not the only thing to think about. It took me 13 years since 2012 when I first started teaching QiMen to come to this stage to be able to compile all the feedbacks and needs and what works. More than 15,000 students who've been through our QiMen programs until now to put this training together. Thousands of consulting hours, each personally with me costing around $5,000 to $20,000 per consult. Some just to work on QiMen manifesting frameworks for them. But this won't cost you $20,000, $10,000, or even $5,000. The QiMen Manifesting Academy, an all-new training program, is our usual price of $1,997. And you get to keep it forever. And this enrollment actually includes the entire QiMen Academy Classic as well. Now, as you probably might know, every year around November, we open our enrollments for the QiMen Academy. So the QiMen Academy, $1,997. This entire training, which is a 12-part module series training, we are including this as a bonus for those of you who are enrolling in the QiMen Manifesting Academy. So you get 2 for the price of 1. And also, we are including the QiMen Explorer Access for 12 months. Everything unlocked. So you get to use all that features to plot your QiMen and do your QiMen assessment and all that. And we are also throwing in a ticket to our QiMen Summit, the new QiMen Summit event, where we invite some of our very successful students and past students of our academy to come and share their techniques, their ways of achieving success. You hear from people who have done this for a couple of years or just started, who have created enormous transformational experiences for their career, for their relationship, for their health, and get inspired. And me and my team will be there as well to share some of these with you. And this is a virtual event, so you can attend this anywhere in the world. And we are also going to include the coaching sessions. This is something that everyone requested. We took this away for some years, because it's hard to manage. But now we got the team together to actually deliver this. The coaching sessions will help answer your questions as you are going through the training. So you get all that questions and doubts answered, and make sure that you understand the entire training along the way. Now, there's also special one-time payment gifts. For those of you guys who are enrolling and you're doing that one-time payment fee, you get the QiMen Dunja Essentials. Now, we already finished the first 50 yesterday, but because you missed yesterday's session, we have reserved another 50 as of now. These sets are for you guys. If you are registering the first 50, to click on the button to enroll this year. This is an entire set of books on the 4 realms, the essentials, the deities, the stars, the doors, and the stamps. Everything that you need to know in QiMen to practice QiMen. This is a $500 value, okay? And also, this, the QiMen 365 Manifesting Planner version 2.0. This is for next year. Now, we have, as of filming this right now, 92 copies left. After this, each of these can be bought at $365. You can purchase this separately. But we are giving away the last 92 copies as of filming this summary video right now. So click on the link if you want to receive this entirely for free. Otherwise, you can buy this separately. It's $365 for a set. All the 5 components of your QiMen Manifesting Framework is here. It makes manifesting super easy, okay? And also, for those of you who could attend, there's a free gift, Okay, for those of you who are doing the one-time payment, there's a free gift for a very private, small event that we're doing, a 2-day live event in Singapore called the Crimson Horse QiMen Edition. So this is for students of QiMen, and it is a small event. Now, it's a gift, all right? So hopefully you can attend. If you cannot, give it to someone who can, because this is an event that is totally focused on the QiMen perspective for 2026. It's called the Crimson Horse QiMen, and it's a $1,997 value, okay? So we're going to include a ticket for you for those who are doing the one-time payment, all right? And so the entire package that we announced last night is a total value of $10,850, all for the price of $1,997. That's a big 81% off, okay? So if you'd like to receive one of these copies of the Manifesting Calendar, please click on the link right here to enroll, and I will see you in the new QiMen Manifesting Academy.